Morning, everybody. I hope you're having a silly Sunday, and I hope that you will join me to complete these two projects that I'm going to show you. My name is Jan Dufour. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I live in near Louisville, Kentucky. The project that we're going to do today, you saw another origami card if you follow my website. This one's simpler, not that the other one was hard, but this is very simple. You can use it as a card holder for whatever business that you might have, or you can just leave your business card out and use it as a place card setting at a dinner table, where you could put the person's name on there, or just as a display for your thank you card when you want to give it to somebody. We're using a different paper than what I have here to demonstrate. This was from the Tea Room DSP, which is Designer Series paper. I'll use DSP going forward in this tape because the other one's a mouthful. And I also used Stitched All Around for the thank you. So I'm going to put that one aside and I will show you how to make this. Today we're going to be using botanical butterflies. I love this DSP. It's got all kinds of beautiful butterflies, big and little, and stripes and dots and stripes and dots, and I just love that. What I did was I went ahead and cut a piece of the cardstock at 7 by 11. So it's possible to make one with regular cardstock. It's a little bit thicker. But I'm going to go ahead and, with my Simply Score, put this up in the corner. And on the 7-inch side, I'm going to score it at 1 3/8, at 3 1/2, and at 5 5/8. Then I'm going to rotate it. Doesn't matter which direction you rotate. And on the 11-inch side, we're going to do a score at 3 5/8 and 7 3/8. Now I'm going to tuck away my Simply Score so we have more room. And we're going to start with the folding. It does matter which side you start the fold on. If you want the pretty paper, as you will, to show down here because you may be hiding the rest of it, then you're going to want to fold that up to the first side. And remember, particularly when you're doing anything origami, you should definitely make sure you burnish your edges. It will make a big difference, especially when you have multiple folds over everything. So go ahead and burnish. It lays down quite nicely. And then all you have to do is flip it over any way you can get it to flip over. And you're going to fold in at the 2 score marks that you made on that side. Be careful when you burnish here. You don't want to like lift up this and rip it. So I kind of did each section individually. And then turn it around and fold it back and do the same thing on this side. Make sure they line up, and then burnish, and burnish, and burnish. And then the trick is that you have to fold one into the other. So it doesn't really matter how you do it. I've seen people just try to get it in at the very beginning and then slide it down. I just go ahead and get part of it in as much as I can fold back the edges without tearing them. I'm literally tucking the piece into the fold. And then once I have it sort of like this, then I start to gently hold one end and push down until it slides. The thicker the DSP that you use, I don't want to say the harder you'll have. It just takes more patience to get it to slide down. But it will slide down no matter what size you use or thickness you use. And then once it's all down, I kind of give it another just good burnish. And again, be careful not to lift up the sides. And then on the side that opens over here, I fold down so that I get a measurement. I bring it up to the edge here, and I fold down on this side and do that again over here. And sometimes it looks good like that, but if you decided you didn't like that it was too spotty, you can just tuck it under afterwards. And I'll tuck it under just for purposes of demonstrating. But it might be that when you tuck it under, you don't like what you see on the other side. So it's totally up to you. But as you can see, we've completed it. There's a fold in the middle, so you just bring that forward, fold it down, and guess what we're going to do next? Yep, you got it. We're going to burnish it. Oops. This is springy paper. There. And because you want it to stand up, there's no problem that it's folded. I actually took a hair elastic, one that's a small one that it was black, and it had, I don't have it here, unfortunately, but just a little thin ponytail holder, and just hold it, and I put it around here so it fits better in my purse. So that's how you make the holder, or the prop for your card. The 3x3 card is simply, 3, and this is 6, so that you fold it in half and you get a 3x3. And then you cut whatever color you choose for backing. This is the Highland Heather. It's one of the ones that matches in here. So I cut this to 2 7/8, which just gives you a very, very small border, which is what I want. And then I cut some DSP from the leftover side, because remember that's 12x12 paper, and we cut it down to 7x11. So I cut a piece of this at 2 3/4, and then you get a very nice small border right there. Now, you can leave it just like this. This is very decorative and busy, so you might like it in the simple form. And then, again, I didn't go ahead and put glue on it, and then open it up and put whatever saying you want, or just write a note. I did feel like the sentiment I used, the round circle, was just too much and too busy for this. So what I decided to do is just do a happy spring. And because we don't have a larger punch to go around this, one of the tricks you can do is take a pair of scissors and literally cut right up the center. Doesn't have to be super accurate, but you do kind of want it close. Then you take a bottle of our two-way glue, multi-purpose two-way glue, and I'm just going to put a bead right along here. And you can show as much or as little, oops, I'll move it up a bit, as much or as little of the purple, Highland Heather, sorry, as you want. I want a little bit of purple on the top and bottom as well. And then I'll put a bead of two-way glue here, multi-purpose two-way glue. Oops, there we go. And then I will do the same thing on the other side. I'll probably hold it just for ease, because otherwise I'm at an angle. And again, I want, if you'll notice, I put the corner up at the beginning of the slant right here, kind of a way to make sure that I've got them even. So as you can see, it doesn't completely make it a background, but it does broaden it so that it does look like it has more depth. And then just to give it a larger presence, I'm gonna go ahead and put some pop dots. That's not the correct term. I may have to edit this video. This is only my third video, folks, and I haven't done any editing yet, so we shall see where this falls. But essentially, you put that in the center. We'll go ahead and put the two-way glue on. Center that on the Highland Heather. And we want just a very tiny border around it. I like the two-way glue. the liquid monoadhesive because it gives you a little bit of time to wiggle, particularly on these times of projects. Sometimes, you know, the tear and tape is appropriate, especially if you want it strong when you're making boxes, or although I find the monoadhesive just as good with boxes, but I guess I would say tear and tape is a little stronger. And there and there you center it on that. Hold it for just a moment. I'll go ahead and clear this up. Get rid of my... I have those things all over the place. And then once it's dry, you don't have to put something in. You can just write a note. I'll leave it there, stick it like this. And if it's somebody that so you know how sometimes you're talking with servers and you kind of connect, and if I feel like there's any connection at all as far as, you know, liking arts and crafts or whatever, I will go ahead and slip in one of my business cards like that and just leave it for the server. So I hope you had a silly and happy Sunday. I hope you enjoyed the video. Go ahead and subscribe, and I post once a week. It doesn't always have a video, but it does have instructions. And on my website, which is stampmesilly.com, I will have the written instructions on how to do this. Have a happy stamping day. Thanks. Bye.